Hi, I'm Frank Jimenez with the Builderall team. In this video, I will be providing you with a new webinar tool overview so that you better understand how to set up your first webinar. Let's get started. Now here we are inside our Webinar Builder dashboard. Here you can set up your Ghost user groups, your email sequences, and manage your videos inside your video manager. So let's take a look at the Ghost users. Here I have 3 set groups. They're preset. You can go in and click on them, and you'll have all of the different names already set for you. Now to add a new group, simply click on the blue button, go in and name your group, select OK, and then to add users to your group, all you have to do is select the plus sign and type in the name. And when you click on that group, the names will show up right here. You can also select the X to delete or remove your members from that group. Now, inside the actual setup of the webinar, you can go in and actually set the times that each one of those Ghost Chat users send a message. Now, here's your email sequences. As you can see, I already have one email sequence called June. And I've got 3 pre-made emails to be sent out at different times. Let's go in and take a look at how these are set up. So my first one is going to be thank you. You're registered, subscription confirmed. If I click on this little pencil icon, this is where you'll go in and create the body of your email. But first you have to select, because this is a subscription confirm message, I have to check mark this and then go in and add the body of my email. So here, all I have to do is just click on empty space here. So let's say, for example, this was all gone. I would simply click on a tag and it would be inserted inside the body of my email. Thank you so much for registering for, then I would go up here, click on the webinar title tag to insert it here, scheduled for webinar date. When the webinar begins, please use this link to join the webinar live link, which is right here as well. I can't wait to see you there. Now, again, this is a registration email, so that's why it is checkmarked here. Now, reminder emails can also be sent out at different times. For this example, I have an email reminder being sent out a day before the event begins. So I've gone in here and I've done the exact same thing, except I've unchecked subscription confirm message, and I have it set to send 1 day before the webinar begins. Here you can go in and adjust the time, and then select minutes, hours, or days. Now here I have webinar starts in 5 minutes. I did the exact same thing, and that's how I've created my 3 emails inside my June sequence. To create again a new email sequence, just go down here to the blue button, add new sequence, and do exactly as I showed you here. Now here I have a test webinar already, but we're going to go in and start one from scratch. Now these are your 3 different types of webinar setups. You can stream live directly to YouTube or Facebook. You can invite participants and share your screen with them. The interface is one I highly recommend that you go in and play with. You also have live on-demand room with chat and login. You can stream your camera to a room, web page with text chat via YouTube, or you can have a video autoplay once your client enters the room. Now finally, we have Evergreen and scheduled webinars. Now if you want to host a pre-recorded video and set it up so that it will automatically replay on scheduled intervals, this is the way to go. Now let's hop into the Evergreen option and take a quick look at how to set one up. Now here we're going to start with the webinar name. Let's go ahead and name it Evergreen. We're going to select Create Webinar. Now here again displays the title of your webinar. You can choose to protect it with the password and then set the translation language. Here's where we're going to go in and actually provide and enter the content and schedule your actual event. So let's click here. And here you have a couple options. You could include a YouTube link, an iframe, an uploaded video, or a YouTube live. For this example, we're going to insert a YouTube link. Okay, so let's go ahead and insert it. Next, we're going to schedule our event. So here, just simply click on the calendar icon, select the date inside your calendar. So for this example, we're going to set it for next Saturday, June 14th. How long do you want your webinar to last? We're going to go ahead and select 60 minutes. The start time of your webinar, I'm going to go ahead and click on that little clock icon. Now here, all you have to do is, let's say we're going to set a 12 o'clock time frame here. So we've selected 12. Now I right arrowed over to the minutes, and I could just simply go up to 0, right arrow again, and go down to select PM, and we're set for June 14, 2020 at 12 p.m. Now you can also select repeat and the number of repeat times and the time frame between the repeats. Next, we're going to go in and select Enable Chat. Here you can go in and edit your ghost users. So for example, if we wanted to pick one from one of the lists, all we had to do is just import. We can go in and select from English names and other groups as well. So for this example, we're going to just go ahead and select English names. And at the very top here, we're going to go ahead and select Import Entire List. Now I have messages that I can choose from. So I can go down here and start synchronizing the messages. So here I have Oliver. I can go through and just select a different user, type in their message, and that message will be shown 20 seconds into the webinar. I select Add Message, and then down here when you click on Messages, here you have the time frame of when the messages will show up inside your chat. Next we have banners. Here you can go in and create your banner. So let's go ahead and type in banner 1. Now you can have an iframe show up, embed code, a hyperlink, or an image. For this example, we're going to go ahead and select image. Next, we're going to upload an image. And now once they click on that banner, where will they be redirected to? So since I haven't really set anything up, let's go ahead and just type in Builderall.com. Now where do you want to display the banner? I want to display it right over the text chat. When do you want this to be displayed? If you click on this line here, you can change it from 1 minute to seconds. We're going to go ahead and set it to 10 seconds. Now how long do you want to display it for? Again, we'll click here. And we will just do it for 10 seconds. By percent of the room width or original object size. So if we select by percent of room width, what we're going to do here is just adjust this to maybe 70%. We're going to add banner. Now you could do multiple banners at one time. So next we're going to go ahead and add the banner, or you can actually come back in here like I just did and edit the banner, right? And once we do, it's going to show up right here. So if you want to add additional banners, you just got to take in consideration of how long you want to set that banner to pop up for, as well as when. And make sure that it's not popping up when you already have a current banner already set. Next, let's go down here to the webinar room appearance. But before we do that, let's go in here and select the position of your text chat. So your chat's going to show up, it's enabled, has ghost users set up. Where do you want it to show up? Do you want it to show up at the bottom of your presentation, the top of your presentation, left or right? For this example, I'm going to go ahead and select right. Display chat before event starts. You can choose yes or no. For this example, we're going to go ahead and leave it off. Show more chat options. Here you can go in and save the history. It's always good to have save history because for those that maybe show up later, once they enter the chat room, they'll see the history of chats that were already sent prior to them arriving. You can also go in here and set pre-moderation comments and open the moderation tool. You can connect your chatbot and also name your moderator. Okay, so next, let's go to webinar room appearance. Now here is what you're going to see before your webinar starts. So if there's maybe 4 hours left, or 2 hours before your webinar, or maybe even 10 minutes, you can select an image to show once they visit your webinar link, or you can create and show a video. We're going to go ahead and keep it simple and use an image. Let's go ahead and upload this image here. And again, you can adjust the fit and adjust and change the font and the colors. Let's go into email settings. Now here, you'll go in and you can choose to have them log in by providing their email or not. And for this example, we're going to leave it as is. Also, you can set your time zone. Make sure you set this as a priority. Now you can select your time zone from the drop down, or you could just simply go over to the right here and just select reset to my local time zone. When I press that, this is set to my local time zone. Here's your date and time format, and then here are your tags. So remember the sequences that we sent out, right? It had tags. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull the webinar title and the webinar live link from here and insert it into your sequence. So for example, let's go ahead and just type in, oops, and here's your live link. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and go up to the very top. And as you're going through here, once you scroll up to the very top, you have your Get Embed Code. Now you have several options here. You could take a direct link, which is what we're going to do, or you can take this here, this iframe, and add it into your webinar page inside your website, right? So that you go live from your website. But again, for this example, we're going to just use your direct link. Now we're going to go down here to live link, and we're going to insert it right there. Now let's go down to forms. So here we don't have any registration forms, so we have to create one. So all you have to do is just go in and add new form. We're going to title this Register Event. And then once they register, where do you want to redirect them to? Now here, typically you would want to direct them to your thank you page or your indoctrination page. Now your indoctrination page is a page where you will go or take them to so that they get reassurance. Maybe it's a 2-minute video telling your story and the features and benefits as to why it's important that they show up for your webinar. So for this example, again, since I don't have this quite set up yet, we're going to just go in and set up Builderall.com. Email notifications. Let's go ahead and select an event. This event information is correct, June 14, 2020. How many free seats are available? What are the max amount of participants? I've got 50 here. And then your email notifications. So we want to send out June sequence email notifications. Email sequence editor. These are the emails that will be sent out. So we're all set. We feel comfortable about that. And then email to send from. So from here, we're going to just simply go in here. And submit that. Now here, you go in to create or set up a new reference. I already have one. So let's go ahead and select that. And down here, now you get to go in and choose the styling of your registration form. So here's the classic. This is what it's going to look like. In this translation area, you can go in here and readjust. So right here it says upcoming webinars, and on your form it says upcoming webinars. If you wanted to change this information here, you would do so through here. Then select GPTR enabled. We're going to go ahead and leave it unchecked for now. You can go into advanced styling, and you're all set. Before I go down here and show you the embed code, I like to double check just to make sure everything is correct. So starting with general, okay, everything is right there. Here, we've got the link, the video that's going to play on this date, at this time, and it's going to last this amount of minutes. I can go in and select repeat. Now I'm not going to repeat here. So if I do not select repeat, what I have to do is go in, notify leads by email, which is what I want to do. So I want to go in here and select an email list. So for this example, let's go to live webinar. Email sequence. Well, we went ahead and created an email sequence already, which is the one I showed you. So let's go ahead and select it. An email to send from. So again, I'm going to select. Now once I select an email to send from, it's going to show me all of my emails and when they're going to be sent out with regards to the sequence that I set up. Here you go. All right, everything looks exactly how I want it to look. I got webinar room appearance all set. Got my email settings all set, and I went in here and I set my tags. Now I've got my form. Okay, great. Let's go to embed code. So here again, I have my direct link where people can go and directly register for my live event, or you can create a registration form or a page inside your website and embed this iframe code. So let's go ahead and copy paste here, and let's go take a look. Okay, so here we are at the registration form. Again, this is just using the link and not the iframe. So if I go in and I register for the June 14th event for 12 p.m., all I have to do is go in here, type in Jane Doe, and my email address. And then once I select subscribe, it is then going to register me and take me to my thank you or indoctrination page. So here it took me to Builderall.com, just as we set it up. Now, let's go and take a look at my email. So here I am in my Test 1 AffiliateGuide.live email. If I refresh the page, here is my support thank you for registering. So if I click on that, it is going to indicate thank you so much for registering for Photography 101 webinar scheduled for June 14, 2020 at 12 p.m. When the webinar begins, please use this link. So if I click on this link and type in my name, and there you go. I'm now 6 days, 21 hours, 32 minutes away from my live webinar. Now again, if I had chose to play a video here, it would be playing right here, right now. And once the countdown goes to 0, I'll be redirected into my live webinar. So in this video, we went through the webinar dashboard. We touched on setting up ghost users, setting up email sequences. We went in and created an Evergreen webinar, set the content, and scheduled the webinar date and time. We set up webinar waiting room with an image rather than a video. I then demonstrated how to enable chat and add call to action banners. We reviewed where to enter your tag information, and we even took a look at the registration email that includes the webinar link that your clients will receive. Now, I hope you found the content in this video helpful. Until next time, I'm Frankie Menace with the Builderall team.